my name's Alicia Power and I'm a spirit communicator, and thank you so much for being with me today. My spirit tutors love to speak through me, and right now and today they'd love to talk about this topic of who are you really beyond this short physical lifetime. Sometimes we don't think about that. We're very busy in our lives and we kind of don't take a moment to pause and think, who's looking out of my eyes? Who am I really? Who was I before I was born? And who am I going to be after I die? There are obviously the skeptics that go, well, we don't go anywhere after we die, or we're no one after we die. We're just a body returned to dust, returned to the earth. We may be cremated and we're just left with ashes. And their belief is that there is nothing else. So from my experience of talking with spirit beings for nearly 30 years, clearly 2A in detail, I'm very aware that there is a spirit world and that these spirit beings are real. And in actual fact, they've shown me that I am too a spirit being. And I've also communicated really clearly with friends and relatives who've passed over. So this whole thing of, am I a spirit or am I just my body? For me, that's not an issue. I'm very aware that the worlds of spirit are just behind, as blueprints, energy blueprints in the subatomic worlds, are just behind this physical radio station that we experience as real and solid. And so this reality or this knowledge that I am a spirit being makes me feel very happy, because I now know that I don't die, that I don't end when my physical body passes away or is complete with its journey for whatever reason. So this discussion of who are we really, it's just a delightful discussion from my point of view after those 30 years of talking with spirit helpers, nice and clearly, 2A. It's a beautiful discussion because it also gives us hope in a way that we are not just this physical body living a very short physical existence. And that in actual fact, we're just picking up what you might call, as I mentioned earlier, just this radio station. Just currently the radio station of physicality. So I invite you, as someone who's watching this video, to just ponder for a moment that you may be a spirit passing through a short period of time, picking up just a particular radio station of this physicality. And if that is the case, then what is that spirit being? Who is it? What does it know? What kind of talents and skills does it have? What kind of power does it have? What knowledge does it have? Because you're sitting almost sort of behind this physical experience, looking out through your eyes, but what depth and power does this being have that is looking out through your eyes? Meaning, if it had a lot more, or if it showed up and activated a lot more of its capabilities or its power or its abilities, what would it do? What would it want to do? It's kind of a fun idea. Maybe it could spend its days, or you could spend your days, or the soul could spend its days reminding everybody else that they are a soul, that they are a spirit as well. I mean, that could kind of be fun too. Or it might decide that looking out at nature gives it a lot of joy, and the reason is that it's looking at God's source expressing itself, and looking at God energy expressing itself in nature creates a lot of joy, and that is something that spirit being that you are might decide, well, I think I'll just plug right into that. I'll just go after nature and whatever I want to do with the rest of my life, just have a lot of joy exploring and looking at and appreciating nature. Anything of beauty, anything that gives you joy, anything that gives you a feeling of expansion and of love is totally valid to plug your life into. Because, again, as mentioned, this life is quite short. So just a little idea here. I'm just kind of throwing this towards you, going, well, What would the spirit like to do in this physical experience? And you may say, look, it's just got to go to work and earn some wages so that you can pay your bills. And that's valid too, and valuable. But what's also valuable is taking a moment to ask yourself, what does your spirit, the spirit self, really would it love to do in this physical life that it's got? Because it is finite, it's going to come to an end. So this is the point of this video, is to throw it back at you and ask yourself, and to inquire, to give you even that challenge to inquire to yourself and to inquire to your soul and your spirit self. How would you love to spend the rest of your life? You can absolutely go to work and keep earning those wages because there might be a very good reason. You might have a family and you're, loving and supporting that family is the top of your list of contribution and generating love in this lifetime and giving to your family. And that does it for you, absolutely. So, wow, I just love that. However, really it's a moment of inventory, of due diligence, of reflection. This spirit self that I am, who is it? What is it? What does it really want to do? What does it love doing? What gives it joy? Is that valuable to ask yourself that? I think so, because life is very short. And the spirit self came in to this radio station of this physical dimension. It's looking around, it's experiencing, but it's also got its own personality, in a sense. It knows what it loves to do. It has passions. It really, really has deep, deep passions. I'm going to give you an idea of how to discover some of those passions, and really simple. Get a journal out, some sheets of paper, and ask your spirit, what are its passions? And then just instinctively, intuitively, just start writing. Take a leap. Just start writing what you're feeling, what's coming up, any thoughts. Just explore you as a spirit self. What is its passions? What gives it joy? By writing it out, it crystallizes it, it brings it out into the physical, on paper, written down. And there's a reflection moment where your spirit self is reading it on paper as you're writing it. And it kind of groks, it really sinks in, and it helps the logical mind, the intellect, stop for a moment and ponder and reflect on the fact that there is a spirit self wanting to do something, loving to do something. It has things it loves to do. Is it valuable to add those into your life? Is there a value to turning around to your spirit self and giving it time and an opportunity to express itself in this lifetime? Is there value in that? So how deep is your joy? This is another question for you. How deep is your joy? Is it spirit self level joy? Is your soul enjoying itself? Or is your soul unhappy and bored? Nice, quick, quiet question there. So inquiring to your own soul, inquiring to your own spirit self, asking it, what does it want? What does it want to do with this life? What does it love? Like if you've got to go and you're employed and you have to generate that income and you've got to put aside a lot of time to generate that income, fair enough. But schedule in maybe a gift for your spirit self, a gift for your soul. Schedule it in to your life, to your week, to your day. Some people dive into deep meditation states or do yoga, self-caring, self-respecting. The spirit self loves it when you self-respect yourself. Okay? Into the week, on the weekends, you might go walking in the forest or by the ocean and breathing it in exploring the love of the God force, expressing itself through nature. For, you've got a year and you might want to book a holiday somewhere that just gives you a lot of joy. And then you've got your life and you might decide, well, I'm going to change direction in my life. And I'm going to take a leap. And I'm going to give my soul voice and let it express itself and let it go after its passions. I'm going to leave that with you right now. Thank you so much for listening. My name's Alicia Power. Allow your soul to explore its passions, because you will find yourself fulfilled in this lifetime. It's a very smart thing to do. Thank you so much. Namaste.